Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Compliance Corner with John Hanson. Today is Thursday, September 24th. My name is Kole Finley, and I'm with my very good friend, John Hanson. John, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so we've got a great topic as usual today. Our topic question is, are you an advisor or a decision maker? So you've got some really great bullet points on this, John, when we're talking about, are you an advisor or a decision maker? The first bullet point is, what is your tone? Second, what are your words? And then third, what is their expectation? All right, take us through it, John.
Okay, so there's a lot of issues coming up these days where clients are getting upset. In the end, they're getting upset because of the result is not what they wanted, and they're blaming the agent for those things. And so, one of the ways we can manage our risk on things is to remember that we're never the decision maker. We are the consultant. We are the advisor. We're giving them information. We're helping them to make their best decision. We're advising them of risks and rewards and just giving it to them for the decision. So some ways that it can be misinterpreted that we are telling them what to do, that we're being the decision maker, is what I sometimes just call salesperson mode, and no offense to those who were or know car sales people, but car salespeople, are kind of notorious for using some tactics that make you feel like an idiot if you don't make the decision to get that car and that kind of thing, right? And so there's ways we can inadvertently be steering someone into making the decision we want or think they should be making. So some things that we should be aware of is, what is your tone when you're talking to them? So is your tone such that you're talking down to them, making them feel like an idiot if they don't do it the way we think they should do it? And we want to be aware of the way we're saying things so that we're not sounding like, like I was saying, that we're making them into an idiot if they don't do it our way, but we're saying it in a way that they understand what the risks and rewards are and that it's a decision that they do have to make. And so watch your tone, and then what are your words? So the words that we're speaking to them are big, because when we're using words like, I think that it would be good. So right there, I just said, I think, okay, my opinion, that it would be good, okay, is different than saying, you got to do this. If you're going to get your offer accepted, you're going to have to waive this. Those types of words are very different. And we want to be careful about that tone and those words. And then the expectations of our client. We want to be aware of what their expectation is of us. Are they expecting us to be the decision maker? Usually our clients want us to be the decision maker, because then if it doesn't go the way they wanted it to, they have someone they can blame and sue ultimately. And so we want to, from the very beginning, have that conversation with our client that we are not the decision maker they are. We are the advisor. We are gathering information for their use to make a decision, and that is ultimately going to be theirs to make. And we want to prepare some dialogues, for that in all of our initial, discussions. And maybe almost every discussion we have to remind them who is the decision maker and what your role is the advisor or the consultant. So let me give you an example. So let's say that you are representing a buyer and they've lost out on a couple of houses and they're wanting to make a really attractive offer. So let's go back in time for just a second to 2008, 2009, and when there was a frenzy of buying, just like we have going on now. It's going crazy. People are waiving everything, and they were waiving appraisals. They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Both us and lenders were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then all of a sudden, the market did a huge turn. I would call it maybe a 90-degree turn. And all of a sudden we had such a change that someone had bought a house just a month ago or 2 months ago, and it was now worth $150,000 less. And there were some mad people, that during that time. My son-in-law being one of them. He was just telling me the other night about that, that what happened to him back in that phase. And so if we're the one making that decision for our client, it can be real trouble. So we want to, when we're trying to put together an attractive offer for the buyer, we want to be careful of those words, and we don't want to say things like, yeah, well, to get your offer accepted in today's market, you're going to have to waive your inspection. Yeah, it's not going to get accepted unless you waive your inspection. And you're going to have to, waive financing if you can waive finance, basically doing away with protections that a buyer would normally have without warning them, very clearly of the consequences. And so when we are trying to put together an attractive offer, we don't want to go out on that limb so far that we're, basically creating a situation where we're going to get blamed later by the client if it doesn't go right. If suddenly there's a change in the market or something else. It could even just be a change in that particular property's status. So we just don't know, and we've got to take away that risk. And so in this risk management, when we're talking to our buyers about making an attractive offer, we always have to explain the benefits and the risks involved and what could happen to them if it, and then have them making that decision.
That makes total sense, John. So basically what we're saying is we're letting our clients know, so here are your options. And let me share with you what my opinion is on the pros and the cons of this option. Obviously, it is completely up to you, but I want to make sure you know all of your options. Would that be a more clear way to say that?
Very good way to say it.
Yeah, great. Okay, John, great topic. And I know, especially with all the multiple offers that are going around right now, this is such an important topic. And I think all of us always need to remember that we have a fiduciary responsibility to our clients, not just a functionary one of getting the deal done. The fiduciary responsibility is watching out for their best interests and ensuring that they know all their options to make the best decision for them. They get to do that. All right, John, thanks again so much for Wonderful Compliance Corner, everybody. Just make sure you tune in every Thursday. John and I are here for another episode of Compliance Corner. Until next week then, John, I will wish you a wonderful rest of your week.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.